was given quite a few really nice, pretty muscadines. And it has been years since I've been able to get a hold of any. And I got just enough to make us some good old-fashioned muscadine jelly. You know, muscadines they've got this taste that you just love because it's like the tart but the sweetness, kind of like a cherry. And that's why it makes such good jelly. And no matter how much sugar you put in it, it's still got that little bit of tart to it. And we like that. I was given some really beautiful homegrown apples. And I canned those. And I've got a video showing y'all how I can my apples. And I made some muscadine jelly. Like I said, it's been a while since we've had any. So I thought, well, I'll just video this. It's hard to get a hold of some good muscadines. In fact, I have had 2 vines. It's 2 vines, but they're growing together. And I think I've been growing them things for 3 years at least. And I've just not got nothing yet. So I may have to plant me some more muscadine vines and go from there. But anyways, I was really thankful. So thank you, David, for giving them to us, because we made us some really good jelly. We're going to enjoy it on our homemade biscuits, that's for sure. So y'all stay with me, and let's make some good old muscadine jelly. This is one of the most less consuming, easiest ways to break down any fruit. And it has been so handy for me this summer, and that's putting it in a slow cooker. This is an 8-quart slow cooker. And I had about 10 to 12 cups of whole muscadines. And I'm going to turn it on low, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to go to bed. And in the morning, they'll be ready to work up. So we're fixing to do this the old way. I don't have a juicer or any of that, anything like that, but I do have this strainer, this mesh strainer that it was my grandmother. She gave this to me when she gave me her pressure cooker. Of course, that pressure cooker is long gone. It was very old when I got it. But I have used this thing for many, many years. This is what I've used to do my tomato juice when I'm making just anything that needs to be worked up and pureed and juiced, and because it works really good. In fact, I kind of like using it. It does a really, really good job. And you can find these in flea markets and antique stores. But it works really, really good, and gets the good pulp out, and it just does a good job of juicing your fruit really well. And I'll take the leftover skins after doing this, and I'll give it to the chickens. So nothing goes to waste. You just want to keep working it and make sure you get as much juice out as you can. And we'll see how much juice we get out of the 10 to 12 cups of muscadines that I had. They cooked down really good, 6 hours on low, and they were just perfect. The muscadines had popped out, the skin had popped and ready to go. Okay, I'm just going to bring the muscadine juice, and it made 6 cups of juice. And some people will put butter in here to kind of keep the foam down. I'm not going to put any butter in it. If you want to, you can put about a teaspoon in there. I'm just going to, as much as possible, get as much foam off as I can. And I got my jars in the can, in my water bath canner, getting hot. And I'm fixing to put my fruit pectin in here. I buy my pectin in bulk, I'm going to use 8 tablespoons. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what it takes for this recipe. But I want this to come up to such a boil that you can't stir the boil down, and it's not gotten to that boil yet. Because as you can see, I stirred it, and you don't see it boiling anymore. So you want it to come to a full boil that when you stir it, it will continue to boil. Now you can see that it's come to that point of a boil that you can't stir down. You can see that I've still got more foam, but you know, the foam don't bother me. I really don't care about the foam, but I'll get off as much as I can. Now I've got 8 tablespoons of my fruit pectin. I buy it online. You can buy it on Amazon. A lot of times I'll get mine at the Mennonite store. Just make sure you stir it up good and it gets good and starts to dissolve. If you have to, you can get you a whisk. To make sure you get it worked in there and get it good and dissolved. But what I want to do is I want this to come up to another boil one more time that you can't stir down. And once it does that, I'll time it for 1 minute. Okay, it's where I want it to be. You can see it's still got more foam, but I've been trying my best to get it out of there. I put 7 cups of sugar in here. I had a hard time holding my sugar and then filming, so I went ahead, sorry y'all, I went ahead and put it in there, and it's going to come up to another boil, and when it does, I want to boil for 1 minute again with the sugar. And this plate's been in the freezer, so the plate's good and cold, but we're going to test it now that it's boiled for 1 minute with the sugar in it, and we're going to see if it holds up. Now I'm holding my plate on its side, and you can see it's still trying to run just a little bit. Give it just a little bit of time. You can see it's starting to set up. I've got it held on its side and it's not running real bad. I can put a line through it, and if it don't run together, we're getting there and we're done. So I'm going to turn my burner off because it looks like it's going to set up good. Okay, I got my hot jars out of my water bath canner. And I still got the burner on, keeping my water hot. And we're going to start filling our jelly jars up. Now I went ahead, and I didn't show it, but I went ahead and skimmed off some more of that foam. But like I said, a little bit of foam don't bother me. I'm not sure how many pints, or not pints, but jelly jars that I'll get, half pints, but we'll see when I get done. So this was 6 cups of muscadine juice to 7 cups of sugar. Well, it was 8 tablespoons of pectin and 7 cups of sugar. I'm leaving about an inch headspace. Now I'm wiping the rims to get all that stickiness off of there, because if you don't, your lids are not going to seal very good. And I left just a little bit in the bottom of my pan, and I'll put that in a container and I'll put it in the refrigerator, and we will eat it tomorrow on probably some biscuits. There's not enough to fill another jar up, but just enough to put up and eat tomorrow. It's such a simple recipe and always comes out good. This jelly, like I said, is a little bit tart and a little bit sweet. But that's muscadines for you. And I know 7 cups of sugar sounds like a lot of sugar, but y'all, you're only going to be eating a teaspoon on a biscuit. You're not going to be eating 7 cups of sugar. So you're okay there. But you can use a sugar substitute. It'll work. So I'm going to get the lids. I got my lids and my rings on there. Now I'm going to put them in my hot water. You put your rings on there just about finger tight. I'm going to place them all in here. You want about at the least, an inch water over the tops of your lids. So you can see 3, 6, 9, 10. We got 10 jelly jars of good old muscadine jelly. I'm really excited. So we're going to let this come up to a full rolling boil, and we're going to let it boil. I like to let it boil for about 20 minutes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I know a lot of people, it's hard to get a hold of some good old muscadines, but you can do this with the same recipe with just regular grapes, if you can get you some good sweet grapes. But for me, I do like that little bit of sour with a little bit of sweet. So, we'll see y'all in a couple of days. Oh, it's raining, it's raining, it's raining. I just love it. You know, when you've been without rain for so long, it's just, when you hear it and you see it, it just makes your day. Just makes you feel good. So, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the week. I'm not sure when we'll be back with you. We're really busy here lately. Just seems like that time gets away from us and just life in general. But you know how much we miss y'all and how much we love y'all. And we've got so much to share with y'all. And we just got a lot more of our journey that we want to share with y'all in our lives. So stick with us. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll get notifications whenever we put a video out. If you are subscribed and you haven't been getting our notifications, sometimes you just have to go back to our homepage and you have to hit that bell again. I don't know, sometimes it just gets messed up, and some of y'all don't get our notifications, so you just have to go back and re-ring that bell again. We love y'all. Have a beautiful week. God bless everybody.